Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to come out with a real quick video on eyeshadow bases or eyeshadow primers. I'm a big proponent and believer in eyeshadow bases and primers. I use them every day. I sweep them across the entire lid, and I'll even take like a little brush like this and dip or get it a little bit of primer on it and run it underneath the eye so that the eyeshadow that you're shadowing and shading underneath will actually have something to cling to. And that's the whole thing behind a shadow base or a primer. Giving your eyeshadows something to actually cling onto, because sometimes our skin just doesn't do it. And there are some brands of shadows that are tremendous shadows, but they need something that will help it adhere to the actual eyelid. So I'm just going to go over a couple of them that I have and give you an idea of what I think about them. Are they worth the money? Did I spend too much? Probably on a couple of them, but at least you'll know, and depending on what your budget is, which way you want to go. One of the least expensive out there is e.l.f. And you know what? It's not a bad primer. You know, if you want your shadows to last longer throughout the day, I mean, this is going to give you some extra wearability of the shadows that you use. So it will give you a more fresh, longer look without it creasing. And that's the big problem I have. I blink a lot, and in the summertime I'm very oily, so my eyeshadows can crease pretty quickly, and I think that's pretty bad when you're talking to someone and you see them blink and then there's all this in the crease and the shadows are separated, where primers will keep them from doing that. And e.l.f. is not a bad one to use for it, and you can't beat the price. It's what, I don't know, $1, $2, $3 at the most, because I think that's all their makeup really is up to $3, and then some things like the bigger products are up to $6, so it's a good value. So it's a really good one. Another one that I've used a lot of is one called by TIGI. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. And it's just a basic little pot of shadow, and it kind of comes off and you just rub it on, and it gives a nice smooth finish. It's pretty nice. I like it. My go-to one though for every day is another one that's not very expensive, and it's the NYX. Comes in a little like painter's pot, and this one's in nude, and I really like it because it doesn't change the color of your shadows. It goes on like your natural skin, but it really gives the shadows, or if you're going to use a cream or a powder, it gives something to really adhere to, and it's going to last longer and it looks fresher longer, and that's what we want. One of the first ones I ever used many years ago, when I couldn't find the one that I really liked, which was one that was in a little white tube from Revlon. I'm telling you, that stuff, it made your eyeshadow waterproof. It was wonderful, and it's gone. So I don't know if they just didn't sell enough of it or what, but it was the best. And it's gone, but that's the way it happens. Sometimes, you know, they don't sell enough. They have to quit manufacturing it. But one that I've used in the past a lot is Clinique. They have one. I would only buy it whenever they were having the gift with purchase, because that's the only time, you know, I want something. If I'm going to be spending that kind of money, I want something to come along with it. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good shadow base. Another one that I've used that, I'll be honest, I don't think it's any better than the NYX or the other ones, and it's the Lancome nude. It looks like this. I mean, it's expensive. It lasts a long time because you use such a little amount of it, but if you have the money to spend and you like the Lancome brand, this is an excellent one to get. A couple other ones that I used, Smashbox. This was just a little one that I got like in a box or something. It was free. Has a sponge applicator. It's very nice, and it holds your shadows on. I got the Tarte one. When I recently got a palette, it was one of the gifts with it, and I like most of everything that I've used from Tarte, but this shadow base just didn't do a lot for me. I don't know if this was just a bad one or what, but it didn't there didn't seem like there was anything that was coming out on the applicator, and it didn't really float my boat, or whatever it is I want to say. It just didn't get me overly excited about it. Now, the one that's most people will go to, and the one that is so known for being a tremendous eyeshadow base, is the Urban Decay. And I believe this is what, called Potion. It is unbelievable. Your eyeshadows actually look better when you use this. It just makes, it gives the much more richness or something with the shadows. I don't know what it is, but it's very nice. They also have one that's called Sin, which gives more of a pearl-esque look, and it's a beautiful one to use like if you're going out at night. So both of these are excellent. A little more expensive, but they do last a long time, so depending on what your budget is. And then another thing you might use, some people use like a smudge stick or something like that, or they'll use like a, you know, a chubby stick, crayon type eyeshadow, creamy, to put on the lid to give the powder something to cling on to. That works too. Some people have used concealers. It's whatever works for you. Some people will use like a shadow base, like a face primer on their eyelids to give something for your shadows to cling to. So there's options out there for you. It's not like you have to have one particular thing. I think if I was going to buy any of these again, and for the price, I'd go with this one. It's very inexpensive and it works great. I had a couple people try telling me when I was purchasing, oh, you're not going to like it, or all that. I don't have a problem with it. I use it every day. And you can see there's a lot in there, and I've used this for months. So it doesn't take a lot. So that's it for right now. Hope that gave you some ideas on some shadow bases and what to use them for, and how to make your eyeshadow last so much longer and look fresher so much longer. Till the next video, thanks for stopping by. See you then. Bye.